You want to create a successful blog, but nothing you try seems to be working. Or maybe you've had a go at creating a strategy or an action plan, but you're just not quite getting anywhere. I get it, that's frustrating, I've been there myself. Hey, I'm Ryan Robinson, and in this video, we're gonna walk through the importance of having a clear strategy for your blog to get traffic and generate revenue. And we're gonna walk through the 6 steps it takes to create one that's actionable and reasonable for you to take action on today. This will be applicable no matter the type of blog you wanna create or where you are in your journey today. And as I said, we're gonna go step by step so that you won't get stuck or feel overwhelmed. Let's do it. First and foremost though, what is a blog strategy? It's not this nebulous thing that can't be defined. A blog strategy is simply a clear map that will path you towards your goals. It's not a formal business plan, it's more simple than that. And we're going to focus more specifically on content strategy because having the right content, the content that will bring you readers and will convert those readers into subscribers and customers, that is what will drive impact across all of your major blogging goals. If you can get your content right, then the rest comes much more naturally. Here's the reality. Bloggers with a strategy are going to succeed much faster. Without a clear strategy, it's hard to gain momentum and feel motivated to keep showing up and putting in effort on your blog when you're not seeing the results come. So now let's talk about how to create a blog strategy, this clear, simple, straightforward roadmap that will get you to your goals. Step number 1 is to define your goals. Without having a really clear end point that you want to get to, at least something that you have in mind, it's hard to ever make any real progress towards anything. So what do you want from your blog? Examples of goals could be something like boosting your reputation in your industry, generating a meaningful amount of side income so you can plan for some extra vacations or save up to buy a home. Maybe you want to raise money for a charity or an important cause to you, or perhaps you want to build up momentum to get full-time as a blogger to earn a full-time living from your website. On the other hand, maybe blogging is even just a simple pleasure for you. It's a hobby, something that you want to be fun, an outlet for your own creative writing efforts. No matter the goal, what's important about having a goal for your blog is that you start with a more generalized goal, something top level, from which you can later get more specific. And an example of that could be something as simple as earning your first $10,000 from your blog within 12 months. Or maybe something like earning $30,000 in the next couple of years by using your blog to book freelance clients. Whatever that may be for you, it's important to really clarify what your goal is. So your task for step number 1 is to write down your goal. And I mean this, really write it down on a physical piece of paper or online in some sort of task manager so you have a really clear focus. Step number 2 in developing your blog strategy is to pick a clear niche. Now, this is a topic area, a subject matter that you personally identify with, something that you have some interest in, and ideally some experience or some skills related to it that'll help you to create content quicker and be able to impact your readers in a positive way. Now, keep in mind that you want your niche to be about subject matter that you can probably write about for years to come, something that you're not going to be immediately burnt out by if you're not getting quick results. This needs to be something that you have a personal interest in. And it's important to note that your niche should also fit your goal. It needs to be a niche that you can generate some income from it if making money from your blog is something you care about. Examples of blog niches you could pursue based on your interests ideally are things like personal finance, writing, travel, food, photography, parenting, whatever your interests may be, there are going to be other people out there that have similar interests and are seeking answers that maybe you can help provide for them. Ultimately, you want your niche to live at the intersection of your own personal interests and some profit potential if you want to make money from your blog in the long run. So the task for this step number 2 is to write down your niche. And keep in mind that this is something that may grow, change, evolve over time as you personally do the same. And it's okay if you start somewhere that you're not completely confident will be where your blog resides for the years and years to come, but you have to start somewhere. And you need to start with a really clear, specific niche that will be able to attract readers who resonate with what you're creating for them. Step number 3 in putting your strategy together is to identify your target market. Who is your blog for? Who are the exact people that you want to create content and solutions for? Think about demographic characteristics like gender, age, geographic location, political interests, education level, things that will indicate what your readers are thinking about in their own personal lives. Take this a step further by thinking about where these types of people already spend their time online. And these are going to be the websites where you want to eventually eventually guest post, or maybe the social media platforms that you want to be most present on. Now, it's important to really think through how you're going to get in front of these specific readers in order to even bring them back to your blog and build a relationship with them and eventually monetize your content. Now, your task for this step is to write down exactly who your readers are, your ideal readers, because these factors will play into the kinds of content that you create and how you interact with these people when they do arrive on your blog. Step number 4 in creating a strategy is to conduct keyword research. Now, keywords are the types of phrases and terms that your audience is typing into major search engines like Google. These are the problems they have, the questions they're asking, the ways in which you can create content that answers those questions. Keyword research is the backbone of deciding what possible topics that you might write about for your blog. And you always want to validate these kinds of topics with real research based on how many people are searching for these topics a month. And it's important that you write about keywords that your audience is searching for answers about, rather than just attracting the wrong people that you don't necessarily want on your blog or care to interact with in a way that you want to build long-term sustainable relationships with. So strive for that sweet spot of finding keywords that are active and popular, but not too popular in that you'll never be able to rank on the first page of Google search results for. And if you want more guidance on exactly how to do keyword research, click the link below this video in the description where we go to my guide about how to create a blog strategy. And I talk a lot more about through the tactical process for doing keyword research that's all but guaranteed to get you traffic, the right kinds of readers to your site. Your task for this step is to write down 10 keywords that you want to create content about and research them to make sure that they have real audience demand out there and that you can create this type of content out of personal interest, skills, experience that you have as well. Step number 5 in developing your strategy is to create a content calendar. This will inform exactly when you'll publish the articles that you've already researched and brainstormed and decided you want to create. And in the guide that's linked below in the description, I have a free calendar template resource that you can download and take and use on your own to lay out when you'll be publishing your own content. But what's most important about having a content calendar is that it makes your ideas real. It sets out a timeline for when you're going to publish. Your content calendar should also include some ideas for promotion. Based on the topic of the specific article at hand, where should you be promoting it? Where do you want to guest post to link back to it and draw in some readers from a related website? Which social platforms do you want to invest some time in creating content for? These are the kinds of questions to think through before you hit publish, so you're not left wondering, what do I do next? Your task for this section is to plan out all of the posts for the next month or two, depending upon your publishing frequency. And let's say you publish 1 post a week, plan out just a month using the keywords that you planned for already and see how that feels. If it's comfortable going out further into the future based on how much time you have to write and publish on your blog, then go for it. I highly recommend having something around 2 to 3 months of content ideas already planned for so that you're not left scrambling for ideas to write about once you get to the week of. Step number 6 in developing a strategy is to plan for monetization. And this is going to be relevant regardless of where you're at with your blog today. Even if you're just in the very early days, you want to at least be thinking through how this content that you're writing right here, right now, today can eventually be monetized. That's why it's important to integrate monetization into your content plan from day one. You can monetize your content through channels like affiliate marketing, by selling your own digital products like ebooks or online courses, by advertising, having display ads on your site, by sponsored posts, going out and getting deals with brands that want to reach your audience. Or maybe you even have services of your own that you can sell as a way to quickly begin monetizing your content as people come to your site. So your task for this step is to add monetization ideas to each content idea in your calendar. Tie each specific blog post to a potential way that it might make money for you, just so that you have a foundation for how to think about your content eventually generating revenue. Ultimately, creating a strategy for your blog doesn't need to be that difficult. It's something that I want you to get clear on this week. If you can define clear goals, decide on your niche, and identify your target market, you're already halfway there. Do your keyword research, dive into content planning, and think about monetization as you're going. And that's the backbone of any good, substantial blog strategy. And yes, it's something that will grow and change over time, and it should adapt to real-world factors based on how people are resonating with your content and the ways in which you grow as a person as well. So once you've developed this strategy, set aside the time to begin writing and publishing your content so that you can promote it, bring people into your blog, get to know them, and work towards that monetization goal. And if you want more, check out the guide that I linked to in the description of this video, where we talk much more about how to develop your blog strategy, including clear examples and screenshots, and the ways in which I've used my own blog strategy to generate more than $35,000 a month in revenue for my blog. So good luck.